Hello, thank you for coming back again. I'm so sorry I've had such a long break. I've just been so busy having so many things on, from school to running multiple businesses and trying to scale those, as well as loads of other things that I'm very grateful for happening, but that have led me away from YouTube. But I hope to be back. I've got some incredible videos coming up for you guys to watch in the next few weeks and months, so stay tuned for those. But let's get into today's topic. Now today is a bit more of a story video. I'm talking about getting scammed. Now from the title of this video, you'll already be able to tell that I got scammed for £400. Now, this 400 was actually split over 2 occasions, so I got scammed twice. So I'm not only going to go through how I got scammed, how it happened, why, but I'm also going to tell you about some ways and give you some tips on how you can stay away from them in the future. About a year and a half ago, I saved up all my Christmas money to buy this Samsung S8. So I go on Gumtree, I look up a great deal, £200 for a Samsung S8, this guy called Simon. So I sent him a message, say, hi there, would love to purchase this, how would I do that? And Gumtree is a person-to-person marketplace where you arrange everything from shipping to payment and everything else in between. So at this point, I didn't really know much about PayPal, and the guy told me to bank transfer him. Now this is a massive red flag if you see this, and this means that they're probably trying to do something a little bit dodgy, as bank transfer gives you no protection whatsoever. It's in my ignorance, I transfer him £200.
But we about to finesse.
Now, a long story short, try message him multiple times to ask him, please send the phone, please send me back the money. Look, if you're having trouble, just say. I never get a reply, the phone is never sent, and all I knew that he was called Simon and that I'd sent him £200. So I was like, well look, it happens. I got scammed once, I've learned my lesson, never ever pay by bank transfer ever again. A year and a half goes by, and I start to see this thing popping up around the web called phone flipping. I was really into technology and ways in which I could make a little extra side hustle. So of course, I do the normal thing, I work out what I should be buying the phones for, what I should be selling them for, working out what the market was doing in phones, whether a new release was coming out so the phones would drop in value, and whether I could buy in at a certain point, almost like a stock market. So I'm scrolling through Facebook marketplaces looking for iPhone X's, and I come across this listing for, I think it's £300 for an iPhone XR. I get in contact with the lady, her name, let's call her Jemima, and I say, hey Jemima, is this phone available? And she's like,
yes Asher, the phone is available.
And she's like,
oh, but you've got to contact my partner.
and I'm like, right, okay, fine. I contact him, he's like,
yeah, that's fine, I can do 250.
That's what I offered him, and he was like,
I'll send it as soon as you send the money.
and so I ask him, do you have PayPal, can I pay by PayPal? And he's like,
Sorry, I don't have PayPal.
so at this point, sorry, I can't buy it. But I went against my gut. And then I was like, what if I get his driver's license and some other ID from him so I can verify that he's a real person? He sends me his partner's driver's license, who's the person that I contacted initially, but it's his phone, and it's all a bit of a mess. But again, I go against my gut, and I'm like, it should be fine. We actually later find out that the driver's license was expired. However, we did find their address, so we could potentially go to their house, but that's also risky. But back to what I was saying, I went against my gut. I thought I was fine. I was like, I've got their driver's license. I had a screenshot of his Apple ID, which again was pointless, and I was completely gullible to all of the factors that should have made me end this transaction right there. But again, I sent him £250.
Voy a la playa, ya subió la marea.
So that night, I was like, great, should be fine. He said he'll send it first thing in the morning, tracked, everything.
Yeah, you know what? You thought wrong.
The next morning I wake up, I ask him, can you send me the tracking number now? Can you send me the tracking number now? The tracking number was never sent, and I got nothing. To let go of it so it wouldn't bother me anymore, I had to do something that was on my heart and on my mind, and it was just to let go of it. And in my mind, there was only one way to do that, And it says in the Bible to bless our enemies, and it basically means that if somebody does something bad to us, that we should just try and move on and forget about it and bless them, and whatever has made them do something bad to us, we should pray for them and pray for like healing and whatever is going on. Back to the story, and I called this guy up multiple times. Finally I answered him. He was driving along in his van. He just picked up the phone like out of instinct. He was like,
Who's this?
and I was like,
It's me, the small kid who bought your phone.
and he was like,
You got scammed.
and he started to shout at me down the phone. He started to shout,
You're so stupid. You're so gullible.
like swearing at me. And so what I did was I listened for a good 2 minutes of him just
Bang, 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 bang.
For me, it was a moment of me having to be strong and me having to think, what has made this guy do this? And eventually, before I put down the phone, I say, Chris, God bless you. And I press that big red iPhone button, and I never ever spoke to the guy again. And so there we go. That is how I got scammed at £450. Now you can imagine I was so disheartened after this. I was like, I'm never ever reselling again. And imagine if I'd not done that. Now, I've been put into position multiple times after this where people have attempted to scam me, but I've been able to put up my guard and
Tell them no.
And so the final thing I want to wrap this video up with is how you guys can stay safe, because I know a lot of you are starting reselling and that is amazing, and I just want to make sure that all of you are safe, your money is safe, and that you are not getting into any sticky situations like I did. So number one, and this is the most key, is go with your gut. If your gut says something, go with it. Secondly is a more practical one, and that is use PayPal. PayPal is great for securing your funds, and the one time that I have got scammed or attempted to be scammed through PayPal, and it was only for a tenner, but I did get my tenner back. Phew. And number three is be wise with who you're buying from. Make sure they have good reviews. Make sure that the place you're buying from is reputable. I recommend eBay, as eBay is really good. And just enjoy reselling. Pause the video here. Also, the best way to do transactions like this is definitely try and go and meet the person. Make sure you're with an adult or someone that is big and strong, but that is the best way to do things. As always, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and follow me on Instagram if you want to see when the next video will be released. See you later, guys. Stay safe.